A father came home from work early. He saw his son eating bread in the cold garage. His daughter was inside eating pizza and cake. The father was shocked. "Son, why are you out here?" The boy wiped his tears. "Stepmom said I can't eat inside. I prayed too much today." Inside, the stepmom and daughter were laughing. The father walked in and asked, "Why is my son in the garage?" The stepmom rolled her eyes. "He wasted time praying instead of cleaning. I punished him for being lazy." The daughter ran to her brother. She gave him her pizza. "Here, brother, take mine." The stepmom grabbed her arm. "Don't help him. He needs to learn." The father's face turned red. "Learn what? To stop praying?" The stepmom proudly said, "Yes, prayer is useless. I told him God won't help poor people like us. He should work, not pray." She pointed at the boy. "I threw away his Bible. I locked him outside 3 times this week." The father's voice grew loud. "You did what?" The boy cried. "I just wanted to pray, Dad. I didn't do anything wrong." The stepmom yelled, "Stop crying. Your prayers are worthless." Suddenly, the phone rang. The father answered. His face showed shock. He turned to his son. "Your prayers work, son. My boss just called. I got the promotion. We're not poor anymore." The father hugged his boy. "Your faith saved our family." He looked at the stepmom. "You mocked God and hurt my son. Pack your bags. You're leaving tonight." The daughter held her brother's hand. "I'm staying with Dad and brother. I believe in prayer, too." The stepmom left the house in shame. The father told his son, "Never stop praying. God always listens. Drop a heart if you believe God hears every prayer." Late at night, a thief sneaks into a jewelry store, knocking out the elderly shopkeeper and grabbing a priceless necklace before making a quick escape. However, a street performer nearby witnesses everything and immediately follows the thief. Thinking fast, he dials the emergency number for help, while also coming up with a way to stall the criminal. The thief hides the stolen necklace inside a trash bin, but the performer walks up to him and starts talking on the phone, pretending to discuss an illegal deal. Hearing this, the thief assumes the performer is a fellow criminal and listens closely. The performer smoothly keeps the thief engaged in conversation, stalling for time. Just then, the shopkeeper regains consciousness and calls for help. Panicked, the thief grabs the performer by the arm, but the performer smirks and reveals that he has already tipped off the police. At that moment, flashing red and blue lights appear, making the thief drop to his knees in defeat. If you think this performer was quick-witted, don't forget to like and subscribe.
A little sister sat quietly in her brother's living room, feeling excited but also nervous. Her brother was setting up her new room, while his girlfriend, Megan, watched from the kitchen. "Thank you for letting me stay here." She hoped Megan would like her, but Megan just nodded and turned away. The girl felt sad and wondered if she'd done something wrong. As time went on, the little sister tried to be friendly with Megan, but Megan always seemed busy or cold. This confused the girl. Did she do something wrong? Her brother noticed and got her a Switch. She felt happy and even let Megan borrow it, hoping Megan would enjoy it too. But Megan kept borrowing it for a long time. The little sister thought it was unfair, but stayed patient, hoping Megan would eventually like her. One day after school, she came home to find her Switch smashed. Her heart sank. Her brother was upset and asked Megan what had happened, and Megan finally admitted she felt left out since the little sister was around. The girl walked up to Megan. "I really like you. I'd love for us to be friends." Megan looked surprised, and her face softened as she understood the little sister was just trying to fit in. Megan realized she'd been unfair and gave her
A nurse walks in with a frail old man in a wheelchair. The woman at the front desk looks up. Her face twists. "You again?" She sneers. "This place is for real patients, not street beggars." The nurse, gently, "He's here for dialysis. His son scheduled it." The woman scoffs. "Where is this wonderful son of his? He had to rush to work. He asked me to help." The woman grabs the chart and throws it on the desk. "Well, he better find a new hospital. I'm not babysitting this garbage." The old man lowers his head, silent. Just then, a young doctor steps into the room. He hears everything. "Excuse me," he says coldly. "That man is my father." The woman freezes. What? You insulted the man who raised me, who gave me everything." He turns to the nurse. "Call security. She no longer works here." The woman pleads, but he doesn't flinch. "I won't let anyone treat my father like trash." Friends, if you believe he did the right thing, like this video and share your thoughts in the comments. A young woman sat at a coffee shop, watching a man surprise his girlfriend with a beautiful diamond ring while they sat at a corner booth. The woman scoffed, saying, "Why can't you be like him?" Her boyfriend, a struggling artist, looked down, replying, "I'm doing everything I can, babe." Later, as they sat down for dinner, the woman sneered at her boyfriend when the check came. "You can't even afford this." He hesitated, trying to pay. "I promise I'll do better." She rolled her eye. "You'll never be enough for me. I deserve more." We're done. Months later, at a local art gallery, the woman and her new boyfriend strolled past the exhibits. To her shock, her ex was there, working as an art curator, organizing a VIP event. "I see you're still just a regular employee." Her ex simply smiled and continued his work. Later, she approached the front desk of the gallery demanding, "Let us in. We know the owner." The receptionist calmly said, "This event is invite only. You don't have access." Embarrassed, she turned to leave. Just then, a well-dressed woman walked up to her ex and said, "Your private viewing is ready, sir." The woman froze, realizing he was in charge of the whole event. In a rush, she approached him, pleading, "Can we start over? I always knew you'd make it big." He looked at her without a trace of emotion and simply replied, "Who are you again?" The security guard gently escorted her out. One quiet evening, a woman noticed her husband's phone light up on the table. "Today was wonderful. Can't wait to see you again." Her heart sank. From that night on, she started noticing that her husband was acting distant, coming home late and keeping his phone close. A few weeks later, she checked their shared bank account and found a large payment labeled car payment. They hadn't discussed buying a new car. One Saturday morning, her husband's mother showed up suddenly. She demanded to know why her son had taken family money to buy a car for another woman. In that moment, the woman realized the truth, but when she confronted her husband, he shrugged it off, calling it just a mistake. But before he could say more, their young children wandered into the room, looking scared and confused. Seeing her children's faces, the woman felt a wave of strength. Our family deserved better than lies and betrayal. The man's saying she was overreacting and should just let it go. She told him she and the kids were leaving. He saw the hurt and disappointment in their eyes, realizing too late that his choices had destroyed the family he thought he could always keep. A teenage boy in worn-out sneakers walked into a luxury watch store. The security guard immediately locked eyes on him and started following his every move. The boy ignored him and kept looking at the watches. When a young woman in designer clothes entered, the guard smiled at her and returned to watching the teenager like a hawk. The boy stopped at an expensive display and reached out to look closer. "Don't touch anything," the guard snapped, rushing over. "I'm just looking," the boy said quietly. "Sure you are. Kids like you come here to steal," the guard replied loudly, making other customers stare. The store owner heard the commotion and walked over. "What's happening here?" she asked. "This kid is suspicious. Look how he's dressed," the guard said proudly. The owner looked at the boy, then at the guard. "Have you asked what he needs?" she questioned. She turned to the teenager with a warm smile. "How can I help you today?" The boy pulled out an envelope from his jacket. "I saved money for 2 years. It's my mom's birthday. She's a nurse and never buys anything nice for herself." The owner helped him choose a beautiful watch within his budget. After paying, the boy thanked her and left happily. The owner faced her guard. "You judged him by his clothes, not his character. You almost lost us a sale and hurt someone's feelings. That's not security. That's prejudice. Comment yes if you believe respect should be given to everyone, regardless of how they look." He get wet in the meeting. A young woman was in a big hurry. She bumped into a man. Splash! The coffee spilled all over his shirt. She didn't say sorry. She just shouted, "Ah!" and walked away. The man stood there, wet and surprised. Later that day, he walked into a meeting room. He was there for something very important, but someone laughed. A man threw a napkin at him and said, "Here, clean up." Then a woman spit on her napkin and threw it too. "Ooh!" they laughed. One woman in the room looked sad. She got up, walked over, and gave the man a clean napkin. She said, "Here you go," with a kind smile. Just then, the door opened. The manager walked in. Everyone gasped. When the manager introduced the wet man smiled. He was the boss. The rude people looked scared. They said, "We're sorry." But the boss said, "I only want people who show respect." He asked the kind woman to stay and told the rude ones to go. Manners the first step to success. Drop a heart if you agree. This little girl shoved past the elderly priest at the church entrance, making him stumble. The church volunteer saw everything and blocked her path. "Young lady, you need to apologize to Father Miguel first." The girl rolled her eyes. "Move! I'm late for my friend's party." "Not until you say sorry," the volunteer insisted. The girl got angry and threw her juice box at the priest's white robes, staining them purple. "You're both stupid! God doesn't even exist!" she screamed before running out. Later that evening, her mother watched the security footage the church sent her. She was shocked and ashamed. The next morning, she marched her daughter straight back to the church. "This is my daughter! Tell them what you did!" The girl looked down. I pushed the priest and threw juice at him." "Louder!" her mother demanded. "I disrespected Father Miguel and said mean things about God," the girl cried. The mother wasn't done. "My daughter will clean this entire church every Saturday for 2 months. She'll also help serve meals to the homeless. Maybe then she'll learn what respect and kindness really mean." Father Miguel smiled gently. "Everyone deserves a second chance to grow." The congregation clapped as the girl picked up a broom, finally understanding her mistake. Comment yes if children need proper guidance to learn respect.